Peter as well over on those streams. So we're going to take a brief moment to separate those streams, and if you're interested in hearing the insights of Jude and Peter, you can go find that pro stream before coming back to us. It looks like we're already diving into some moves.
We are live. It would have been nice to know. You know, the screen told us, and we have D4, D5, boys and girls. We've got a queen's pawn opening, except it's a rook's pawn opening. That's what we have on the board.
Well, immediately, I think this is interesting just based on the comment that I talked about earlier from Levon Aronian, where one of the things that he's definitely looking for first is how symmetry plays out in any position, right? And so immediately, you know, we have that symmetry met with the initial pawns, but I'm looking for where that symmetry might break for the first time in this game.
I'm looking for a board. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for... I hope we get that one soon. We do see Hikaru now spending 30 seconds of an allotted 10 minutes on the second move, guys. Do we like that? Maybe, like, it's rapid. You know, you can't really spend all that much time, but the move E2 to E4 is coming in. It's going to give some queen's pawn, you know, like Jababa London vibes. I know we've got a Jababa London expert here. Donnie, I'll let you take it away.
I prefer bishop C1 to F4, but bishop E1 to G3. It's even hard to say some of these things. It'll do. And I think that it's definitely, I mean, you see a lot of the minor pieces competing for the same squares. There's just, you know, it's a studio apartment over on the king side, and you got one chair and one desk. I think the bishop's gonna take G3 over the knight.
That's the thing about this format, right? In freestyle, you've got the pieces shuffled up and rearranged at the start, but the principles, the general principles of the game still remain, where you still want to capture the center. You want to look for ways of opening up those diagonals and those lines. And that last move by Hikaru, a very strange move, because usually the king for me, it does not arrive on B5. It does stop the immediate idea of the e-pawn advancing.
Prophylaxis.
One of our boards might be connected to the game review, but that move was already given a huge question mark by the game review feature. Maybe because the bishop will be a target, but I have no idea why. It's rare you get a question mark on move 2.
Well, there you have it, targeted by that pawn over there on A4. Just slides the bishop back for safety. Onus back on Magnus. I think the time conversation is interesting. Obviously, Hikaru is not a player who's uncomfortable with low time, right? Definitely a player that's happy to play fast. But I think we can go back to kind of Peter's comment on the couch from the beginning of the day, how much he feels those initial few moves can be in terms of importance. And so perhaps spending the right amount of time, while yes, landing on a question mark of a move there on the bishop, trying to make sure that he's setting himself up for success as quickly as possible.
And it's clear both sides have survived and are likely to survive the opening few stages, but it's just about how much of an advantage you can obtain. And I have trained a little bit with Magnus in freestyle chess, and he likes to kind of surprise his opponents by not castling, by doing something a bit odd, by maybe castling alongside as late as possible in the game. So I think he's going to be very happy now. Just the fact that he's opened up one rook on the edge of the board on that left side, and now bringing his knights towards the center. But yeah, early days, of course.
It's interesting, yeah. Like now you see the next few moves. Just so everybody understands at home. Also, Black's light squared bishop went to where it is so that Magnus cannot move his center pawn, right? Like if White could move the center pawn.
Knight takes b4 is still
So tricky.
it's like a Title Tuesday trick, but queen takes b4, c2 king b1 is he takes Magnus is like no calculation. Give me knight.
Much safer.
Give me
That
knight.
is a fork, by the way. The bishop is hanging.
I didn't like BC at all by Magnus.
And now it gets a bit tricky, right? Because you've got this threat on the A pawn coming in with check. The black queen looks a bit dangerously close to Magnus's king. David?
Bring the rook back. Good move. His king's going to go up the board. I think Levy predicted it.
King a3.
Small breath of life though here for Hikaru with some counterattack.
Whoa.
What is he nodding at?
Yeah, did you see that? It's the nod that, hey, I'm back in this game. There's some tricks that you gotta handle. That's the message I
So
got.
like it's the invisible music that.
And apparently that's a mistake.
And
And
takes a5, c6 check, king where?
King, where king b8?
maybe just
Yeah, we push the pawn for check here.
Bishop
King slides back.
Ooh, b6 as well. You're right.
b8, absolutely.
King
Rook
B8.
takes b7, knight takes b7. Anyone's game. Oh, Magnus is he's down on time. How?
Check. Stops.
oh, incredible.
Anyone's game.
What a game.
He's down a piece with Magnus's bishop on h3 not playing a role.
One.
It's all about that white king, right? This is what happens when you allow the queen and the knight to combine and do a bit of a dance against your king.
You can go queen b1, b5, b4. Like just this is the degenerate chess I really love. I'm in my element, you know.
There's
Well,
queen e1.
and maybe
Step one.
Wait a second. Queen
Okay.
takes c7 almost works. It's a draw, I think. Queen takes c7, cb, knight d6. Yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
perpetual.
He's reaching for the knight. I don't think he's about to take the rook. And he comes back to defend his own king. Get that knight close to the king.
b5.
Oh, what a move!
I just
All hands on deck.
b5 is insane. Queen d6. Like this is how the game is gonna go.
That was the nod of head. Hikaru had calculated 10 moves ahead.
It's like the Gukesh thing that he did, right? When Ding blundered.
Oh, guys,
Subtle motion.
b5, queen d6, b4, queen b4, queen a1 mate.
With queen b4 is a
Queen
check.
before
Oh, queen b4 is a check. Oh, David said it. We're all mic'd up.
20 seconds. So then what do you do? b5, queen d6. You're absolutely right. That's the problem. So that nod is queen a1 check is always a move.
oh, that's down below 20 seconds. Hikaru makes a move. He's gonna go for b6.
That's not the most aggressive move in the position for sure.
Oh, queen d6. What's wrong with queen d6 here? It's queen a1 and queen b2 zigzag. Hikaru really.
Oh, no, queen d6 is like some knight b7, and you have like queen a1, queen c3.
He does
There it
it.
is.
We're gonna find out. Hikaru will find his way. He's down to 20 seconds.
Knight b7 is so heinous.
White is threatening a check on the back rank.
Queen takes rook, yeah.
King takes.
Yeah.
But it's still a game there.
What's the move here, David? For Hikaru, what does he have to find?
And he's got 10 seconds.
Sure, any move. A check.
Wow.
Queen a1, king b4.
There we go.
And the problem with knight b7, queen c7, you can sack the queen here. And
Or
you
deliver a check on f8.
Yeah.
And knight b5, rook a3. Queen f8, knight b5, rook a3.
Is that just winning?
When the
And there it is.
Magnus, it's a handshake.
And that's it.
Wow.
What a crazy game and a crazy finish. You take that knight, you lose your queen.
every
That was
square is filled
monstrous.
on the king. Look, there's a piece on every square there. It's like
Sudoku.
tic-tac-toe. Okay, you chose the more sophisticated.